All right, well, here we are with the team that made the beautiful film that you just watched, Fantasmas, which is Ghosts. And in the upper corner, we have Gela, who wrote and directed. And beneath us is Tonino, who was the cinematographer, but also was involved in the project from the beginning, I just learned.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I think this is one of the loveliest films of the year for us. I've seen it a few times now, and I think it's just so fantastic. I love the story. I think your lead actor is incredible. I think he makes me love his character right from the beginning. And the cinematography is gorgeous. It's one of the best looking films of the year for sure. And the light, everything, indoors, outdoors, it always looks wonderful. And I just think it's an altogether superb example of filmmaking. And of course, there will be questions from the audience about the music. But before we talk about how great the music is and intrinsic, go ahead, Gela. Tell us how this film came together and from the script to the screen.
Okay, this is actually a short film that took us like 2 years to make. I think from the day we started with the idea and writing and everything, changing a lot of versions of the script, and I think a year later we could finally shoot the film, and then a year later we could finally finish the editing process and post-production stuff. And yeah, it's that it's a project that I'm very fond of. I live a lot of emotions in it, and yeah, it's like a baby. I was raising it from ground on, and well, I'm super glad that you like it a lot. So yeah.
Did you start with the idea of an artist who has to make a decision about how to pursue his art most true to himself, or did you start with the idea of a musician?
Well, the thing is, I didn't start with the characters. I start with the idea, because the co-writer always corrects me. I can't start with the idea. Well, with the argument, I have to start with the idea. And the thing, it was transmitting something like stop doing something that you love for another thing that you love, and maybe it doesn't make you happy. So that was the idea that all the script process was around.
I think that's what makes it resonate so much. And Tonino, you were reading the script long before. You were reading early drafts of the script?
Yeah, I was pretty much from the very beginning, because we've been collaborating for a long time, Gela and I. We come from a long way, and since the inception of the idea, he was just pitching some different outlines of how the story could go and would go. But since he said it for the first time to me, I did get the sense of what it was about, which he just explained, like the relationship between these two characters and the implications of what you want to do that you love with someone, but depriving you of doing something else that you also love. So I got the sense, we connected that way, and so I was reading the script since the beginning, and sort of also giving my take on it, and just just having lots of talks about the story, because that's sort of how we really like to develop the film itself, I guess.
It came out great, so I'm so glad that you were able to collaborate on this and develop it together. While in the writing process, I mean, were you guys thinking about how to shoot it and because it looks so good, and it's the kind of film that sometimes when I watch a short film, I think I could definitely see this world becoming larger and becoming like, it looks like a feature film, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It encompasses so much space and so many parts of the city, so many parts of Nico's life. It just feels very complete to me.
The thing is, well, I'm also an editor. I do direct, but editing is my stuff, and I cannot write unless I imagine all the shots that we are going to do. But well, then I do a lot of shots more, and the assistant director makes me scrap the most of it out. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Everything happens in my head, and then I write, and then I do the storyboard.
And in the storyboarding, do you start bringing your cinematographer in and talking about how it should look?
Yeah. He's in most of the process. It's like, hey, Tonino, I have this in mind. I think we could make, I think the sentence Tonino fears the most is, okay, I was thinking maybe we can do this a sequence shot. Can we do it? Maybe?
Yeah. That was pretty much the subject of our talk as far as the short film goes. Like, can this be a long take? Can this be a long take? But yeah, because Gela does have in mind his references and his idea of how he wants to capture that scene and that moment with those characters. And then maybe if I tell him that that's possible with what we have and with what we have to work with, then he'll start developing a choreography as well. And so yeah, I would say he does have an idea of where he wants the image to go from the writing itself. Yes. Yeah.
I would expect that because it's just visually stunning right from the beginning. Here, let me bring in some of the questions from the jury. One of the first, I think on a festival run you would be used to questions like this, is I love the music of the film. Who wrote the songs, and were they written specifically for the film, or did you go find songs for the film?
Okay, the thing is, well, we hope that there was like related music questions. So yeah, the thing is the character of Nico, the boy is named Martí Costa. I went searching for him to write the songs specifically for the short film. But the thing is that when he wrote them, he was not supposed to be the main character. So he began composing, and we still didn't have a leading role. I think 3 months before the shooting. So I went to Martí because he's an actor, and then he was our Nico after all, because who would play better than the official composer of the short film?
That's wonderful. That's great. And boy, what a great performance.
Yeah, I was very surprised too. And the other boy, Ignasi, that plays Fran, he's the first time that he acts.
Really?
And yeah, and he does a very good job. We rehearsed 2 months before the shooting, and he was amazing, wanting to learn a lot. And between the both of them, there was like a connection in the first moment they met. it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It shows on screen. This film was a little blessed
Yeah, thanks.
to have these great things come together.
Yeah.
Here's a funny question from, and this actually is
Okay.
from another one of our jury members. I love the reference to reading subtitles during
What?
watching a film. In the film,
Okay.
when the two
Yes.
when
Yes.
Nick Down are riding in the car, they talk about reading the film, and of course, all of us Americans are reading the film.
Yeah. I didn't think about it, but yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's well, if you hadn't done it on purpose, it was a very funny thing to be reading the English subtitles while they're talking about, do you watch
Okay.
them with subtitles? So it
Okay.
made it a little. It was a nice. It felt like a nice touch for us Americans or us English speakers, and of course, made us feel bad for not. I understood Spanish about 30 years ago, 35 years ago, but my understanding has gone really down.
Yeah. Don't worry.
And another question is, one person wanted to comment that they love how Fran is driven to succeed, and that he's not so much he's not a bad guy. There really is no bad guy between them. It's that one really wants to succeed and one isn't sure if that's the right path for him.
Yeah.
And so it really is, it shows us how musicians and artists and other collaborators, it doesn't, like Lennon McCartney, you don't have to think Lennon's wonderful and McCartney's awful. Like they just needed to go separate ways.
Yeah, that was one of the main things to focus on the script, because what I didn't want was make one character an asshole. Sorry.
No, you can say it.
Okay. I didn't want to make Fran like a bad guy. I wanted both of them to have their reasons, because in a way, Nico, it's like a bad guy either, because he doesn't talk to Fran, and then maybe that's one of the things that makes the whole thing explode at the end. And yeah, Fran has the blame too, because he doesn't see that Nico is in pain, more or less, that he's not enjoying the same way that he is. So yeah, it's a good question actually, because it's a thing that we think a lot.
It shows that how thoughtful the story is, that and it makes it very human and very real. All right, let me see if I have other questions for you. Okay, well those are the questions.
Okay.
Was there any, we have a little bit of time left, was there anything you want to share about the film? You know, if we, I'm sure if there was an audience, someone would ask, how long was the shoot?
Okay. Well, the shoot was 1 week in total in August, and it was like very, very, very stressful, because we didn't have a lot of time. The assistant director was able to put the whole shooting very, very packed, and well, we managed to do it. But one day, I think we were, correct me, Tonino, if I'm wrong, I think 12 hours maybe shooting.
Definitely, yeah. At least one day, yeah. The 12, yeah. Overall, you know, the crew, not even longer. As in, you know, from the moment we wake up and the moment we go back. But yeah, 12 hours of full work, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and some of the scenes, especially your exterior night shots, are so beautifully lit. Like the performance at the final performance where Nico walks off, the lights and everything are so beautiful. Was that did you create that, or was that actually a location that existed?
So Nino, if you want to go with this.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had little resources, let's put it that way. So we were blessed by the fact that the event was a real event. What you see there is an actual local annual party of the neighborhood, a celebration that happens in that district of Barcelona. So we asked them for permission if we could film for an hour or a few hours just for those shots. They production and Àlex managed to get that permission. So what you see as sets, that is actually there. What you see as physically lights, we had to bring our own and lit it our way to give it a little bit of more of a dramatic sense. But there are lights that are of course there as well, which are the, you know, whatever you see as complementary colored lights, that those were there. But we had to bring one or two units that we have to at least lead our characters our own way. But yes, the set was there. What you see, that whole decoration, is from the party itself.
Yeah, you shot it beautifully. It looked so good. And by the way, I should mention that I've been to Barcelona twice, and your film makes me wish I could go back right away. Wow. It's boy, do you make me miss Barcelona with this film.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I think here in Barcelona, and it's very common, the Fiestas de Gracia that appears in the short film. It's like a very popular 1 week festival in one of the neighborhoods. So that's why all the streets are very, very decorated, and the setup is fantastic. So that's another thing from Nico and Fran to wanting to go to Fiestas de Gracia, because it's like very, very popular, very, very crowded, and that's the thing, that if you don't know what the Fiestas de Gracias are, maybe it's like, okay, it's like a normal party event.
Well, thank you so much. I actually have to wrap up this Q&A.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful film, and I think the word I was always looking for is cinematic. It's such a cinematic film. It's so. It was an honor, honestly, to receive it and see the film so great.
Thanks.
I'm one of your biggest fans, so thank you.
Thanks
you for making this film. Thank you for submitting this film to a festival in Los Angeles. I wish we could have been inside a theater, but
yeah,
2020 is not the year of large gatherings.
Yeah. We wish we were there as well.
Yeah, well, someday for sure.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you both so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.